So I'm super excited for this yoga flow. This is going to be a little bit more of an advanced practice because we are going to move with what I like to call one breath in one movement. And so instead of there being a ton of cues on like where your body should be in space, it's going to be more about tapping into that flow and moving with your breath on your own. And it is amazing. It kind of becomes a little bit more of a meditative practice. So we're going to dive right in and we're going to start in child's pose. So let the knees open wide, the big toes come together. Walk the arms forward and let your forehead come all the way down onto the mat. Go ahead and take a nice deep breath in through the nose and out through the nose. Giving yourself the space to really arrive into your practice. Allowing the distractions of your day start to melt away as you become really present in the physical body. Feel those hips just sink back a little bit deeper. And maybe you can even reach those fingertips out a little bit further, lengthening the spine, lengthening the neck, and letting that heart sink just a teeny bit closer down towards the mat. And on your next breath in, we're going to press up to tabletop. So coming up to our hands and our knees. Taking a big breath in as we lower the belly, lift the heart. Exhale, round the back, tuck the chin and tuck the tailbone. Now go ahead and flow at your own pace between these two shapes. Inhaling for cow and exhaling for cat. Feeling the heart really open, as well as creating space in the back of the body in your cat pose. If you'd like to make these movements a little bit bigger with your breath, you might even like to lean all the way forward, coming into an up dog, and maybe sinking the hips all the way back into a child's pose. Again, this is optional. The next several breaths you're going to have here are up to you and how you want to move. So maybe you stick with the cat and cow. Maybe you come into a variation of an upward dog or a back bend. Maybe you hang out in child's pose because that's feeling really good for you. All I ask here is that you breathe a little bit deeper and see what movements feel really good in the body. Let's go ahead and take 3 more breaths. When you're ready, we'll meet in a downward facing dog. So again, maybe you find a little movement here, bending one knee at a time as the opposite heel really presses down towards the mat. Being mindful, making sure that we're not letting our weight shift forward here, but those hips are lifted super high as we lengthen the back of the legs and we also lengthen the spine. Feel the shoulder blades slide down the back of the body, creating a little bit more space in the neck. And let's take 2 more breaths here. On your next breath in, let's gaze forward, lift up onto the toes. As you exhale, put a bend in the knees, and then step or hop your way to the top of your mat, meeting in a forward fold. You are always welcome to have a bend in the knees here if you need to. Relax the head and the neck. Start to feel the hamstrings fire up here. If you're a little tight there, this might be a really good stretch. On your next breath in, let's come into a halfway lift. So we're squeezing the shoulder blades back, lengthening through the spine, and our gaze is straight down at the top of the mat. And then we'll fold in, starting to flow with our breath. Inhale lifts you halfway. Exhale, fold in. Inhale halfway. Make that breath nice and long. Slowly exhale, fold in. Let's do this one more time with our breath. Slow, deep inhale. We're not rushing it here. Find that length. Exhale, go empty on the breath, fold in. Awesome job. Let's rise all the way up to standing. Sweep those arms all the way up. Connect the palms. And exhale, hands come down to the heart. Take a big breath in, sweep the arms up, gaze up. Exhale, fold in. Halfway lift. Big breath in, lengthen. Exhale, fold. Plant the hands, step back to plank pose. We're just going to take a big breath in here. As you exhale, lower chaturanga. Drop those knees if you need. Inhale lifts you for your back bend, either upward dog or cobra. Just holding here for a couple breaths. We'll take our time through this first sun A, and then we'll start to really tap into that flow. Press back, downward dog. Excellent. Grounding in here. So feel the feet. Your heels don't need to touch, but you really want to root down through the feet. Spread those fingers nice and wide, using the fingertips, the knuckles, and the palms to really grip the mat. Lift those hips a little bit higher towards the sky. Drop the heart a little bit closer toward the thighs. Don't forget to breathe. Take a nice deep breath. On your next breath in, we're going to lift those heels, gaze forward. Exhale, put a bend in the knees, and then step or hop to the top of your mat, meeting in that forward fold. Halfway lift, lengthen the spine, shoulders squeeze back. Exhale, fold in. The heart pulls in towards the legs. Beautiful. Rise all the way up. And exhale, fold forward. Halfway lift, lengthen the spine. Exhale, fold. Plant the hands, step back to plank. Take a full breath in. Exhale, lower chaturanga. Inhale lifts you for your back bend. Exhale, press back, downward dog. Take 3 breaths here. Last breath. Inhale, lift the heels, gaze forward. Exhale, put a bend in the knees, and then make your way to the top. Halfway lift, big breath, lengthen. Exhale, fold. Inhale, rise. Exhale, fold forward. Go deep. Very good. Halfway lift, lengthen the spine. This time as we exhale, we're going straight into chaturanga. So we're taking out that extra breath. Lower, go empty. Inhale, upward dog. Press back, downward dog, exhale. Whew. Really starting to build some heat now. We're going to do one more round of these. So let's take a nice full breath. And exhale, let it go. Inhale, lift the heels, gaze forward. Exhale, bend those knees. Step or hop to the top. Inhale, halfway lift. Lengthen the spine. Slow and steady breath. Exhale, fold in. Go empty. Inhale, rise all the way up. Take the biggest breath here. Exhale, fold. Halfway lift. Inhale, lengthen. Exhale, chaturanga. Go empty as you lower. Refill, upward dog. Press back, downward dog. Amazing job. We're going to start the first part of our flow. So we're going to sweep that right leg back behind. And we're going to come in for a crunch. Exhale, knee to nose. Really round the back. Maybe you even tap your knee with your nose. And then inhale, sweep it back, three-legged dog. Step the right foot forward between the hands. Making sure that that front knee is right over the ankle. Keep those legs fired up. And then take a big breath in. Sweep the arms up for crescent lunge. We'll go a little bit slower this first time around, and like I said, we'll start to pick up the pace once we learn our flow. Spin the back heel down, warrior two. Sinking in, feeling that front knee press back. Stretch long through the arms. If you can relax those shoulders just a little bit, reconnect to the breath. Flip the front palm and reverse. Giant reach back. Feel that space in the right rib cage. For now, we're going to go through our vinyasa. So cartwheel the hands down. Step back to plank. Lower chaturanga. Go empty. Refill on the breath. Upward dog. Press back. Downward facing dog. Excellent. Take a big breath in. Big breath out. Inhale the left leg back behind. Three-legged dog. Exhale, knee to nose. Round the back, really crunch. Maybe you even tap your nose with your knee. Inhale, sweep the leg back. And exhale, step the foot forward between the hands. So for now, give yourself that moment. Arrive here, again, checking in, making sure the alignment is right. Feel the legs fire up. On your inhale, rise up, crescent lunge. Keeping that back knee nice and active. Reach tall through the arms. Warrior two. Spin the back heel down. Bring the arms to a T. Really stretch the arms in two directions here. Deep lunge in that front knee and gently press the knee back. Flip the front palm. Reverse your warrior. Take a big breath, reach, create space in the rib cage. Oh, this feels so good. And then vinyasa, cartwheel the hands all the way down. Step back to plank and lower chaturanga. Inhale, upward dog. Lift the heart. Exhale, downward facing dog. Definitely building some heat in the body here. So let's just take a moment to reconnect to our breath. Slowing down and deepening each inhale and each exhale. All right, we're gonna add on another layer to this flow. So on your next inhale in, we're gonna sweep that right leg back. Take a deep breath in. Exhale, crunch knee to nose. Go empty on the breath. Inhale, sweep it back. Exhale, step it forward. On your inhale, rise up, crescent lunge. Exhale, warrior two. Slow and steady, we're not rushing here. Inhale, reverse, giant stretch back. Exhale, side angle pose. The elbow is going to come to the knee. Left arm sweeps right up next to the ear. So again, we're going to hold this pose a little bit longer this first time around. Feel the heart rotate around. So we don't want to be collapsing in with that left shoulder kind of pulling forward, but instead we want to really be twisting, opening our body to that long edge of the mat. Very good. This is awesome, you guys. All right, we've got a little bit left. We're going to reverse warrior again. So legs stay the same. Take that giant stretch back. Cartwheel the hands all the way down. We're going to frame the front foot. We've got one more pose. So we're going to swivel onto the toes. Keep that left hand planted down. Inhale, sweeps that right arm up to the sky. Gaze up at the fingertips if it feels okay in the neck. Taking a giant breath in. Exhale, vinyasa. Go empty on the breath as you lower chaturanga. Upward facing dog, deep breath in. Exhale, press the hips back. Excellent. All right, we're going to do the left side now. So take a big breath in, sweep the left leg back, three-legged dog. Exhale, knee to nose. Inhale back. Exhale, step that foot forward between the hands. Inhale, rise up, crescent lunge. Exhale, warrior two. Slow and steady. Inhale, reverse. Take your time, fill the lungs. Exhale, side angle. Elbow comes to the knee, right arm sweeps right up overhead. Taking a couple breaths here in this first side angle pose. Reconnecting to that slow, deep breath. You can do it. I know this is a challenging sequence, but I know that you have it in you. Take one more breath. Exhale, let it go. Inhale, reverse warrior. Legs stay the same. Giant stretch back. Exhale, cartwheel those hands all the way down. Swivel up onto the back toes so the back heel is lifted. And then we're going to sweep those left fingertips up towards the sky. Rotate and open the heart. Yes! So this is going to be our yoga flow. We're going to start to move with one breath, one movement on this next time around. So bring that top hand down, step back to plank. If you'd like to skip the vinyasa, you are always welcome to meet us in down dog. Lower chaturanga. Upward facing dog. Press back, downward facing dog. Together, let's take a nice deep breath in through the nose. Open the mouth, exhale. Do that one more time in through the nose. Open the mouth, exhale. Starting to tap into that flow. Inhale the right leg back. Exhale, knee to nose. Maybe they even touch. Inhale back. Exhale, step the right foot forward. Inhale lifts you up, crescent lunge. Exhale, warrior two. Inhale, reverse. Exhale, side angle. Inhale, reverse. Exhale, cartwheel the hands down. Inhale, lunge twist. Right arm sweeps up, lift the heart. Exhale, chaturanga. Yes. Inhale, upward dog. Exhale, downward dog. All right, left side. Inhale, sweeps the left leg back. Exhale, knee to nose. Inhale, back. Exhale, step it forward. Inhale lifts you up. Slow and steady. Fill, fill, fill. Exhale, go empty, warrior two. Inhale, reverse. Feel the left rib cage. Exhale, side angle. Stretch long now through the right side. Inhale, back. Reverse warrior. Exhale, cartwheel the hands down. Inhale, lunge twist. Sweep the left arm up. Exhale, vinyasa. Step back, lower. Chaturanga. Upward dog. Downward dog. Amazing job. We're going to flow through this one more time, but first, let's recenter here. Pausing the video if you need that rest. Honor your body here, okay? This isn't a contest. It doesn't need to be boot camp. I want this to be a chance for you to flow and move with your breath. Let's take one big breath in through the nose. Open the mouth, exhale. Seal the lips now. Inhale through the nose. Exhale through the nose. All right, let's do this. Inhale that right leg back. Exhale for the crunch. Squeeze, squeeze, squeeze. Inhale back. Exhale, step it forward between the hands. Inhale lifts you, rise up. Big breath. Exhale, warrior two. Inhale, reverse. Feel the right rib cage expand. Exhale, side angle. Stretch nice and long through the left side of the body. Inhale, reverse. Exhale, cartwheel the hands down. Inhale, sweep the right arm up, lunge twist. Exhale, vinyasa. Beautiful. Meeting in downward dog. Inhale, the left leg back. Exhale, knee to nose. Inhale, back. Exhale, step forward between the hands. Inhale, rise, crescent lunge. Big breath in. Exhale, warrior two. Inhale, reverse. Giant stretch back. Exhale, side angle. Elbow to knee, top arm up overhead. Inhale, reverse. Exhale, cartwheel the hands down. Inhale, left arm up. Yay! Exhale, bring the hand down, step back, vinyasa, lower chaturanga, upward dog, and downward facing dog. Holy smokes, you guys. Let's meet in a child's pose. Knees out to the side, sink back. Let the forehead rest all the way down onto the mat. Giving yourself some space here to just feel the yoga doing its work. Closing the eyes and being fully present with your breath. Feeling that expansion and that contraction of the rib cage. See if you can feel your heart beating. Let's take the next 5 breaths here in silence just to be fully present with whatever you are currently experiencing. When you're ready, we'll meet in a downward facing dog. Inhale, sweep that right leg back behind. This time we'll bend the knee, open the hip. So lifting that right knee high to the sky, and that left heel continues to sink a teeny bit closer down towards the mat. We're going to come into pigeon pose. So let's go ahead and hug that right knee in towards the right wrist. Scooch the back knee back just a little bit, and then flip the back toes. So I want you to first start by sitting nice and tall, coming up to little tent fingers, like you're on your fingertips and your palms are lifted. And then we're going to come into one of my favorite kind of shoulder stretches. So we're going to start, and your hands might be off to the side. I should mention that too. We're going to start by dropping that right shoulder down just until you feel that stretch in the front of the right shoulder. And then come up. And then drop the left shoulder down, coming into a little bit of a twist. And then come up. Let's do that one more time. Drop that right shoulder down. And then back up. And then go ahead and drop that left shoulder down. And then come back up. Excellent. This time we're going to come into our sleeping pigeon. So if you have the space, you can just cross your hands and bring your forehead down to your hands. You might also like to have a block handy, either on this low setting or maybe a higher setting if you need, just to rest the forehead down. Whatever feels natural for you. If reclined pigeon is a better pose for you to practice here, feel free to find your way onto your back. And we're going to hold here for several breaths. And checking in with the body. Noticing if your body is tensing up here or if you're sort of resisting the pose in any way. See if you can challenge yourself to use the breath as a way for you to soften and maybe even allowing yourself to go in a little deeper. If you have the space, of course. We don't want to force anything. Making sure that we are relaxing the jaw and relaxing our hands. Being fully present with the sensation of this deep hip stretch. If you have that space, allow yourself to go in a little bit deeper for these last 5 breaths. Very slowly, we'll make our way back up, planting the hands, flip the back toes. We'll meet back in our downward dog. And I'll give you a couple breaths here just to kind of sway those hips from one side to the other. I know that that feels really good in my body after a deep pigeon stretch. And then when you're ready, go ahead and sweep the left leg back behind. Bend the knee, open the hip. Feeling that right heel sink down a little further. Lifting that knee a little higher. Don't hold yourself back here if you have the space. And then we'll come into our pigeon pose. So let's hug that left knee in towards the left wrist, lowering the leg down. Scooching the right knee back just a little bit further. And then flipping those back toes down. We'll do that same shoulder stretch. Again, one of my favorites. So come up to those fingertips, kind of move the fingers off to the side of your mat. Take a big breath in to find some length. Exhale, go ahead and drop that right shoulder down. Inhale lifts you up. Exhale, drop that left shoulder down. Inhale up. Exhale, drop the right. Inhale back up. And then exhale, drop the left. Excellent. Come back up. And then make your way into sleeping pigeon, knowing that it might be different or the same that it was on the other side. We're not always even flexibility from the right to the left side, so that's totally normal. Just find a variation of this pose that's good for you and allow yourself to really sink in. If you enjoy pigeon pose, it's usually a little bit easier for you to kind of sink in and be really present in the body. And if pigeon is, let's just say, not your favorite pose, that's totally okay. The cool thing about yoga is that we don't have to love every experience we have. All we have to do is be present with every experience that we're having. And if you feel that your body is sort of fighting off this pose or, again, resisting the pose, just be aware of that. Taking that time to just recognize, oh, dang, like my jaw is really tight, or maybe my tongue is like really pressed hard against the roof of my mouth. Finding those little ways to soften the body can make a huge difference. Maybe it's the hands, you're like holding little fists or something. See if you can relax the fingers. Relax the shoulders. Giving yourself 5 more breaths in your pigeon. And we'll slowly rise back up. Flip those back toes, meeting in that downward facing dog. And take your time to get there. And again, once you are there, feel free to kind of sway those hips from side to side. And then we're going to lower the knees all the way down to the mat. We're going to keep the hips stacked right on top of the knees. We're going to come into a puppy pose. So walking the arms forward and let the forehead come all the way down if you have the space. Or again, you might like to have a block to support the head here. Maybe you even find a little sway, dropping one shoulder down at a time, or maybe just holding even weight between both hands is feeling good for you. We'll start to make our way back up. And now you have the freedom here to either come into a shavasana, so lying down on your back, or maybe you'd like to come into a seat. That is great as well, whatever is calling you in this moment. And wherever you are, I want you to close the eyes. Start to soften and relax the body. Just taking a couple moments of silence here as you pay attention to the breath as it flows in and out. As we end our practice, just giving us that moment to reflect on how grateful we are. Being grateful for a practice that challenges us, that kind of pushes us to find that edge that we have, but that also gives us that permission to breathe into that space. And to know that we are always welcome to honor our body and honor our practice however it shows up for you today. Please stay in your shavasana or your seated meditation for as long as you would like. The longer, the better. The light in me honors the light in you. Namaste.